Joining us now is Representative Tim Burchett, who is on the Congressional UFO panel. It's good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, ma'am.
From what you're seeing, do you believe that a portion of these 650 cases actually originated from outer space?
I do. I think what the problem you have right now is we're asking the Pentagon to come forth with information that they've been covering up since at least 1947, the Roswell crash. And now they're going to ask us for funding is what the Pentagon will do. That's their deal. You know, you have one side saying they're saying publicly that this is coming from some mothership or something. And then another one saying we have no indication that this is coming from extraterrestrials. Well, where else could it be? If it's not coming from China or Russia, they would own us if it was. And, you know, I just don't trust the Pentagon. I don't trust them at all. They've been covering this thing up, and that's who we're relying on for information. I've said this once, and I'll say it again. The way we're going to get this thing resolved is somebody's going to come out with some undeniable information or, you know, the location of a craft or some material that is extraterrestrial in nature or footage that will have to come out, and it'll have to be better than these infrared sightings that we've seen.
Okay, and help us understand, because you're privy to a lot more information, and you spend a lot of your time taking a look at this. What has you convinced that some of the 650 cases are actually extraterrestrials and not just drones or balloons, et cetera?
Well, I've talked to too many Navy pilots, Air Force pilots. These are the best pilots in the world, ma'am. They're not flying some Cessna around. They're flying multi-million-dollar aircraft. And they tell me they can't keep up with these things. These things they defy every law of physics that we have. Literally, the G's that these things turn would turn you and me into literally a ketchup package. I mean, it would liquefy us. They fly underwater and they have no heat signal. It's more than anything that's being done on this planet. That's the only answer there is. We've recovered stuff in the past, and they just won't come forth with it now. And
Representative, I'm sorry, I just want you to speak to this video we're showing right now. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Yes,
you can see this small silver orb. This was caught by the Pentagon. What is your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this video specifically?
I think that I don't know. For instance, on this one, I've seen this one. I believe it was taken in Iraq, I believe. I'm more familiar with the ones that are taken by our Navy out over the ocean. But that's consistent with a lot of them that we've seen. That there's no heat signal. There's no identifiable
no explanation.
Markings on
I hear you, and I'm sorry, we're
No.
almost out of time. But let me ask you, why the Pentagon is saying these sightings are concentrated off the east and west coast of the U.S., an area in the South China Sea in the Middle East. Has anything been revealed to your panel on why these sightings are concentrated to these areas? Is there just more surveillance in these areas, or is there anything to it?
Well, we have military operations in those areas. I've talked to pilots who've stated that they go out on days on end and have these multiple sightings, and we've covered that up for quite some time now, and now it's starting to come forward, and the Pentagon's trying to play catch up, and the American public's not buying. They're just feeding us these little tidbits, ma'am. There's a lot more out there. They need to come forth with it. It is a complete cover up, and you know, they won't even release the Kennedy files. There's nobody even alive that was involved in the Kennedy assassination. They still won't release those. It's a power grab. It's about money. I mean, honestly, you know, the Pentagon loses over $1 billion a year in their budget unaccounted for. And these are the people we're trusting to bring forth information. I don't think so.
I hear your perspective. I hear your perspective, Tim. So no doubt in your mind that extraterrestrials have visited the United States, or I'm sorry, our country or our planet.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, they're in the Bible. Ezekiel saw the wheel. Read the first chapter of Ezekiel, and it describes it pretty much. It's in hieroglyphics. It's in ancient writings and paintings and things. They're all very similar shape. I've talked to too many people that have had sightings that are educated people, ma'am. It's not just some poor old redneck from Tennessee like myself. And I never have had a sighting. So, you know, I just think this is a cover up, and it is. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of it, but the Pentagon's just chasing dollars is all they're doing, ma'am.
Okay. Representative Tim Burchett, I am so sorry we're out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
I do appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. The people at the Pentagon can't spell UFO, much less tell us what they're about, so thank you.